Lords and ladies, come hither. It's time once again for I Played a Thing, with me, Un. While we buy our Nasu, I would like to briefly address a question that was posed on my profile page on the YourTubes. The question was, have I spent any time with Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage? And indeed I have. I've got the PS3 version, and it's pretty nifty. The enemies are plentiful and explode like blood balloons, as you would hope. And the characters are modeled very faithfully to their ink and paint counterparts. The voice acting and the music are also pretty good, especially considering they did not use many of the original voice actors, if any at all. Like, for Rao, they didn't actually get Kenji Itsumi, but they managed to find someone who sounds almost exactly like him. Now, mind you, I haven't played many of the Musou games, so if you've played lots of Dynasty Warriors and the like, it might feel kinda samey, but for what it is, I find it pretty rad. Anyway, this is what we're here for. The Tikiovav book. This will start off one of the easier post-game side episodes. We will have to go back home and talk to Jessica after we've registered this in order to proceed. But while we're in the area, there are some other things we can do, so we're not going to head back to Aqua Heaven right away. First thing we can do while we're in the Mermaid Cave and Shrine neighborhood is meet up with this dolphin and top off our meme. Last one on the screen. And that's a good prize. We can always use more nav points. And now we can move on to another screen of meme panel, which contains some more dolphin upgrades. Unfortunately, there are some empty circles that we'll have to grind our way through. And you may have noticed there were also a few circles containing the initials WG. Now, who could that stand for, I wonder? Anyway, as I touched upon, we are in the neighborhood of the shrine, so as soon as I get my bearings, we will be headed over in that direction. There she is. And there will be another nice prize right at the very top. As we approach, on the rightmost corner in our perspective, you'll see what looks like a giant arrowhead of some sort. But which is, in fact, a giant fossilized tooth. A megalodon tooth, to be precise. Well, that's a refreshing change from all the dinosaurs we've been finding along the way. And moving right along, if I'm headed in the right direction, we will soon find those cannons that I registered some time back. But first, shark. Ah, he's really cruising. Maybe a mako? Whatever it is, he's certainly not keen to be registered. But if we move over closer to the shrine walls, we should be able to head him off. Like so. And indeed, a mako. Very cool. Now then, as I was saying, we're going to be looking for the cannons. Before, all we could do was register them, but now that we've entered the post-game and have triggered the right flags, they should have an additional significance. And there they are on the mountainside. And we can now make the observation that they are pointing at something. And if we follow the aim, we will find ourselves pointed at a very suspicious-looking rock arrangements. Ah, yes, use yourself a cannonball. Uh-oh. Use yourself as a cannonball? Well, here goes nothing. It seems like a questionable use of an expensive state-of-the-art mini-sub, but who am I to argue with results? Sturdier than I expected? What, you expected you were going to crack apart under the impact? And yet he did it anyway. That's our journalist. It's treasure! Well, perhaps a treasure map, anyway. Oh, right, Roger Milligan. Who? "2,000 men under him." He has been busy. Well, I suppose he was a sailor at the end of the day. The sunken ship was a pirate ship. Buccaneers came to Kisira Atoll. Pirate Milligan hid treasure and marked its location on a map. Where is the treasure? These two big connected mountains on the map. A clue may be there. Now, if you remember your Kasiran geography, you may have already guessed we'll need to be heading for Twin Peaks in the not-too-distant future. But we've other business to attend to. Mainly, we're going to finish up that Tiki side episode before doing anything with the treasure map. And in order to progress along that side episode, we'll need to have this conversation with Jessica. And after that, it'll be nice and easy. Tiki's Origin, there's really not much to it at all. We just have to make sure we trigger this flag here. That's kind of awesome. Jessica's such a big kid. Oh god. Yeah, fortunately, there won't be anything quite that evil in the actual Milligan map, but it's kind of funny that she says something like that, and that the journalist was kind of dreading such a possibility, because in one of the side episodes that we'll have to tackle eventually, there is a very annoying multi-stage fetch quest. But we don't have to worry about that just yet. Back to the Mermaid Cave, James. First thing I'm going to do is grab a little juice at the dolphin station. Not quite enough for a full tank, but every little bit helps. Now that we've taken care of that little side trip, all we need to do is head back to where we found the first Tiki, and there'll be some new things to find. Right down here on the slope, for one. Tiki of Puanpoko. Run, run, Punpoko, to eat the fruits. Jump bound around with your big belly out. And indeed, as the journalist suggests, there will be more Tikis. All we need to do is search around this same hill, and they will make their presence known. Tan tan tanuki no kintama wa kaze mo nai no ni bura bura bura. Belly drumming. I never knew Tanuki had so much in common with Kamoa the Ugandan giant. And I do believe this is our last Tiki. Zakratan. Perhaps a corruption of Jack-o'-lantern? A strange Tiki born of an exchange of different cultures. It was modeled after a Tanuki decoration coming from Japan. Pagoda Island is continuing its exchanges with various countries. I wonder, what new Tikis will be born in the future? And that's all it takes for Tiki's origin. let's check our scrapbook. We're getting close. As you can see, we just have a few more side episodes derived from Banquet of the Dead. And that's all for today. This has been Un, and I'll see you again soon.